Hello, everybody. It's Helen Panos. Happy Friday afternoon and Happy New Year. I am the owner of Dynamis Learning Academy. It's a K through 12 tutoring business. We help children reach their potential. And the way we do that is we listen to what a parent needs, match them up with the right type of tutor who will help your child navigate through the school system. We are supporting parents in that as well, along with the tutoring these days, because it's not just about tutoring anymore. And so then we hook you up with the teacher, and we connect with the teacher, and we let you do that so that we can get permission. And then we actually are part of what I call the team approach. And it's a village. It takes a village to raise a child these days. And I think it always has, really. So I am being joined today by Maria Angelova. Welcome to the to Facebook Live. Maria, how you doing?
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me.
Well, I know I've had Maria on my podcasts in the past. And gosh, that was probably over a year ago when I first started the podcast. And now I'm on season 7 and getting ready to even record season 8.
Congratulations.
Today we're going to talk about, there's a lot going on with children and really adults too, right? In the last 3 years. So this show is all about why is mind-body awareness important to kids nowadays and what they can do to create that. And I'm going to introduce Maria and her background real quick, and then we're going to just talk a little bit about this topic. And so Maria is I know she's a Pilates fitness person, right, Maria? How long you been doing that?
10 years now.
Woo, 10 years. Wow. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. And so she is the founder and the CEO of Rebellious International, and and also a #1 release author and certified Pilates teacher of 600 hours. Wow. I know I take Pilates. I love it. She is a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, mindset coach, motivational speaker. And since she was 16, Maria has taught group fitness classes in various formats. In 2012, she discovered Pilates and fell in love with it and the method of combining strength, flexibility, and fluidity. She completed her Pilates certification in 2013. She was impressed by the Pilates impact on her own fitness routine. I am too. And daily functional movement and life transformation. In 2016, she founded her company, Rebellious International, and she then opened up her studio, and the doors opened up in 2017 with the mission of offering Pilates training and preserving the legacy of Pilates. In 2021, she added mindset coaching and energy healing services to offer a comprehensive solution for personal transformation. Woo! That's amazing. You've been doing a lot since I last talked to you. I know you're a keynote speaker on various topics of self-care and movement, healthy lifestyle, workplace wellness, leadership, personal transformation. And today we're going to talk about kids. Yes. And I know you have a child, right? How old is she now?
She is a preteen, 12 years old.
All right. My favorite grade. I love 12-year-olds.
I need tips on survival with the 12-year-old.
Is she a 6th grader now?
She's a 7th grader.
7th grader already. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I love 6th and 7th grade. I spent 20-something years of my life with them.
Preteens, Helen.
So when you're tired of her, send her to me.
Let me some days.
And when do you babysit Helen? No, I'm kidding. So let's talk about, with everything going on in the last 2 to 3 years, why is mind-body awareness important to kids, and what can they do to create that?
So I'm sure you have probably seen some of that with the kids that you work with. With the recent pandemic, the isolation that kids have been exposed to, combined with the technology that is just part of nowadays life, kids don't get to interact with each other live as much as before. Their choice of interaction is technology. Isolation. And, when speaking of age, like preteens, they start dealing with body image issues, fitting in, peer pressure. They really don't know who they are, right? They live in a world of social media where there is a lot of airbrushing and everything is perfect. Everybody's living the perfect life. And that's impacting kids nowadays. And sadly, depression is up, anxiety is up,
Mhm.
suicide is up, substance abuse is up. All of those things are sadly factors that are part of reality nowadays. And it's very important for kids to find ways and tools, same thing as adults, to deal with reality, right? And I don't think kids have enough opportunity to discover who they are, to stay grounded into who they are, and to have that mind body awareness, realize how the environment around them is impacting them physically, right? Their friends, are they good friends? We have a lot of conversations with my daughter. I don't want to tell her who she should be friends with, but I tell her, is this person making you feel good? Do you
Mhm.
feel good about yourself when you're around that person? What do they tell you? Right?
Mhm.
Are they happy? Are they sad all the time? Just so she can start creating awareness of how the environment around her is impacting her. Um,
Mhm.
I'm starting to see, for example, in her, her body is changing, how she's embracing that, how that's feeling weird some days, right? And I'm seeing that for her friends. I'm seeing some of her friends are dealing with, they're not embracing the bodies that they have, and they don't know what to do. They're starting to talk about extreme dieting at that age, which they're too young to be talking about dieting.
Wow. Yeah, they are.
My daughter was talking the other day about summer bodies, and I was like, what? And she's watching, TikTok. She saw something on TikTok. And I think it's very important for kids to be aware, because
Mhm.
as adults, it all starts with awareness. And what can they do? Unfortunately, kids nowadays don't move as much, right? I don't know about you, Helen, but when I grew up, I was outside all the time. My parents could not get me in. We were running around playing all day long.
Yeah.
Now kids sit and they sit in front of technology. I take the phone away, then it's the iPad. I take the iPad, then it's the TV.
Mhm.
They interact, right? It's constant technology time. Going to bed on time, creating those healthy habits of how you eat, how much water you drink, the choices of what you choose to put in your body, learning to respect your body, learning to treat your body right, mindfulness, being present in the moment. We have those moments where I take the phone away and my daughter feels like she's going to lose her mind because she doesn't have her phone, because the
Yeah,
phone, it's a real thing.
it's true.
And so we talk about it. You cannot be on the phone all the time. You have to have those moments when you spend time with yourself. And when she says, well, I'm bored, well, do an art project, color, read a book, do something, go outside, take a few nice fresh breaths, ground yourself, go for a walk, take the dog out, play with the pet puppy, find
Right.
other than having to rely on something to entertain you. You
Mhm.
need to learn those grounding activities that they can do by themselves, so that they can develop that reliance on themselves rather than seeking the approval from those around them, seeking the stimulation from their environment, and also knowing that it's okay to quiet down. It's okay to sit and write how you feel. It's okay to acknowledge how you feel, right?
Mhm.
With the world of social media, there is that perception that you have to be happy all the time. And it's almost you have to fake happiness if you're not happy, which is not healthy. You do want to be happy, but you want to be authentically happy and not pretend to be happy. There is a difference between those two things, right? So
Right.
it's what can kids do to quiet down, to connect their mind and body, to be present in the moment, to quiet within, and to stay grounded and also
Mhm.
fulfilled, right?
Right. Yeah. Wow. So I know you've got a program. It's called the Young Rebels program,
Yeah.
correct? Do you
Yeah.
want to tell our audience about that? I mean, everything you just said is definitely right on the money. Yeah. I mean, kids see things and they think it's real. And like you said, even adults are, they've got these apps where they're fixing themselves and they look perfect. I mean, I know adult women doing that. And they need to be, they need to be told by parents that this is happening, so that they don't think everybody's a celebrity looking like I have wrinkles today, right? This is me. So yeah, the sooner that kids, especially at that age, because I've dealt with a lot of 6th and 7th graders over my lifetime, 25 years worth. And so I say, and with the academy, with Dynamis too, I see all kinds of ages and things they're saying and doing. So definitely, that's great. What you're doing with your daughter is making her aware and asking her the questions, so she stops and thinks about these things.
That's exactly
and that's the best way to teach them, because if you as a parent say, well, I wouldn't go hang out with her, or I wouldn't go hang out with him, or whatever, now they're going to go do exactly what you tell them not to do. So it's better to just have a discussion about, look at it this way, or have you thought about it this way, right? Exactly what you're doing. Very good, Maria. You're awesome. I knew you were.
I'm learning as we go, right? But that's what the program is intended to be. It's to create the awareness of kids. It's targeting kids ages 12 through 15, so preteens to young teens, to create that body awareness. And the program is through Pilates. And what I would say is through intentional movement. So it's not just the next program that you just go and do exercise. It's very much about interconnecting to your body and mind, and creating that awareness. What do you feel in your body? Where do you feel tightness, heaviness? How is the conversation you just had with your friend? How does that feel in your body, right? So that you can start creating that relationship and that correlation between your emotional and mental state and your physical experience, your physical state. The program also includes mindful activities such as meditation, journaling, and its purpose is also to create a community for the kids, right? Going back to isolation, a safe place where kids are taught to respect different opinions, different backgrounds, different thoughts, and to also give them the perspective of, if somebody thinks differently than you, that's not necessarily bad, right? Why does that person think that way? Creating that awareness that there is wealth in that diversity of thinking, and just making it a safe place for kids to thrive. Creating those activities, because I would tell you, like, even my clients are like, why, how come nobody teaches us that as when we're kids? Just think, if you have that firm foundational baseline that you can take for life, how to be responsive to life rather than reactive to life. We have become so, as a society, so reactive to life, and every single stimulation, just, there is a reaction to it versus a response to it. So that's the program in a nutshell.
Cool. So how is it different than a variety of other extracurricular activities available to preteens? I mean, I kind of have an idea, but I want to hear that from you.
I think it's very much a foundational practice. Just like I teach to adults, I tell people, you cannot have a hard workout until you create that awareness of how you move, until you create the awareness of where you are in space, which muscles you have to use on this exercise versus others. Once you have that, then we start building a workout. So the program is very different. It's very much about teaching kids to be in tune with themselves, that's okay to be in tune with themselves, teaching kids to respect their bodies, teaching kids to create a trust relationships with themselves, with their bodies, with who they are, giving them the permission to be who they are. Because that's scary when you're trying to fit in and you feel that way, but your friends act that way or say this way, right? So it's different because it's truly creating a foundation that they will take for a lifetime. And it will allow them to build a life of authenticity and happiness. And like I said, sadly, even as adults, we need permission. We feel like we need permission to be who we are. And that's the intent of the program, to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, to trust your body.
I love Pilates. You don't have to sell me on that. And it's interesting because I had somebody on my podcast I just recorded for the season 7 coming up, and she has an app where, we're talking about, every kid is not a sports fanatic, right? They don't want to be part of a team sport like, football or whatever, basketball. They're more of a solo type person, right? I like both. I like doing a Pilates type thing one-on-one with a trainer. I like basketball. I like football, but every kid is not sports oriented and they don't want to do that, but they like to exercise and they might do it one-on-one or in a very small group. I like the fact that you said this will be like somebody that all these kids together can like rely on one another. And then they have you, because I love my trainer. I mean, I could talk to her about anything. It's like kind of like a bartender or a hairstylist, right?
Story. That's exactly right.
So I think this is great that you're doing this for young kids, because I wish I knew all about Pilates back in the day. I would have been doing it.
Mind body awareness, helping kids ground. And also I think having an adult figure that they can trust, that they know is not going to get them in trouble, right? And to ask questions that that are relevant to them, but maybe they don't feel comfortable asking. To have a trust figure, to have a trust figure that they can say, this is really bothering me, without fear of judgment or being ridiculed or mockery or anything like that. Being told that they're beautiful, that not everybody's body is a shape. I was bullied. That's how I got actually into fitness. I was bullied for having a big butt when I was in middle school. A little bit personal to me. And I want this is more relevant to girls, to feel beautiful into the body that she has. And I think that goes into adulthood as the women, as we turn into women and things change, right? To embrace who you are and to embrace the body that you have. We're not all built the same way. And I think that's powerful stuff.
I agree. Well, I know I have the link while you've been talking. I've put the link on there for registering for the Young Rebels program, and everybody should be able to see that. I'll make sure after we are done with this Facebook Live that it's in the comments section, and I may even put it up on the introduction. So everybody, if you would look for that link, you can also reach out to Maria if you have more questions. She can be reached at, and there that is, Angelova@rebellious-intl.com. If you have questions and you want to talk to her about the program, if it's for your child or not for your child, and you want to talk about that. If you know somebody else that needs to talk to her and they didn't see this link, please share this Facebook Live with other people. And let's get kids involved in a good, positive mind-body, experience like this. And hey, they'll be set up for life, actually. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on today. And I know we're going to get together for coffee one day soon. Got a little sick there and I had to skip out, but things happen.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've always loved your enthusiasm. I follow you on Facebook. It's always fun watching you and what you do. Your daughter is one lucky girl to have you as a mom.
You should tell her that. Can you please tell her that?
Yeah, can you put her on? I'll come to your house. We'll have coffee there. Well, thank you very much, Maria. And everyone, you guys have a great, terrific weekend here in Atlanta and anywhere you're listening from. Take care. Bye for now.